Let's do it. All right, we're welcoming Gumby here for the we'll just call it a Christmas special because we're pushing this out last minute. It's gonna be out by Christmas, so it's the Christmas special.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. I've been trying to group Jews into the Christmas holiday this year because I've been getting into the Hanukkah colors. I like blue and white this year for some reason. So that's the trade-off.
So,
I'll wear blue and
are
white.
those the Hanukkah colors?
I think
or
so.
Are those just the Israel colors.
I always thought
like
Hanukkah was blue and white.
It's also Greece.
Gold is in there somewhere. It has to be.
Yeah. That's why I wear
green.
I'll wear like khaki pants. So
And
I got
green.
there you go. That's the gold color. I'll wear my fair share of like gold jewelry and stuff. I thought about
This is green.
you know, everyone's like traveling around meeting family this time of year. I thought about I have to like do like 3 Christmases or whatever, see family. I thought about going over to my grandmother's house and during the Christmas dinner just put on like a yarmulke and just see what her response is. Just wear a yarmulke at the Christmas dinner and see if she doesn't just have a heart attack right on the spot.
So when I was like a little boy, my parents sent me to a Jewish preschool because it was the closest private school to my house. And both my parents worked, so I was raised by like this black woman named Gwen.
Yeah.
And so like I would go to Jewish preschool and like before you ate like food, you had to put your yarmulke on or whatever. But like one day we went on a field trip to the synagogue that was like right down the road, and my nanny packed me a ham and cheese Lunchable.
Yeah.
And we were at the synagogue and everybody like opened up their lunches, and I opened mine and it was like when the Ark of the Covenant opens up in Indiana Jones. And
Melted.
yeah, and everybody just like hissed at me, but like I don't really remember. But like long story short, apparently my parents had to pay like $3,000 to have the synagogue like re-blessed. And it's also like,
really?
who are you paying? You're the synagogue. Like you're the rabbi.
Yeah.
Oh my
Is there a
gosh.
head
What-
rabbi?
This is
Do they got like
a
a bishop?
fat question. Yeah, dude,
But-
they have a bishop.
Anyway, so like I was like in the grocery store with my nanny, and she like saw one of her friends, and she was like, "Oh, Gwen, who is this fine young man?" And I like looked up at her, and I'm still wearing my yarmulke, and so like Gwen's the only one who's like ever around me, so I like look up at her, I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm just a little black Jewish boy," and I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So turns out Judaism is non-hierarchical. So there's just like the rabbi and that's it. But there's no like chief
Well,
rabbi or
it's-
anything.
God is probably the chief rabbi.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the chief.
I don't
Oh,
know,
like-
man. I think that they have. I think when you get in the Orthodox groups, they have like.
Yeah, they have like
They got some
Pharisees and
hierarchies.
Sadducees,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
high priests,
Yeah.
warlocks.
Well, that was
shit
just
like
what the
30
U.S.
pieces of
government
silver.
has to say about it. So I guess the U.S. government, FEMA specifically, wants to paint them as being non-hierarchical so as not to hint to any sort of
Why does
organization of
FEMA
Jews.
have a say in Jewish
Well,
hierarchy?
the way
in the first
that the government like breaks down like priority of responsibility is that like FEMA is in charge of all religion.
Hmm. Yeah. Are they?
I mean, if you think about it, who causes like disasters? God.
Hmm.
So it would make sense that like
Yeah.
Yeah,
their big guy, they're in charge of like the big guy because like we deal with his shit all the time.
yeah.
So why
At
wouldn't we
least
just be in
sometimes.
charge
See
of his
what-
shit?
I'm curious what Mormon Christmas is like. I'm gonna look that up as well. Getting all into the
A lot
different.
of kid fucking.
Yeah.
Probably very handsy.
Yeah.
Very fancy.
We don't talk about their practices. So see.
My
it's-
grandmother was Mormon.
Were they? How was that?
She converted when she was a little girl to Lutheranism.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
So she got out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how much damage got done before she got out, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Is she
that
still
was the
Lutheran?
early 1900s. No, fuck no, she's dead. She's
Oh,
not anything now.
so she's gone.
She's bones now.
Let's see. No, they don't have anything. I just see a bunch of Mormons dressing up and reenacting the Jesus's birth, and that's about it. Maybe that's what they do. Maybe since the Mormons can't stop having kids, so what they do is that every year they plan a kid to be born around Christmas time, and then they'll just reenact the manger scene with their own kid.
There's probably like no Santa Claus.
Maybe.
Like,
Are the Mormons like the
I could
Jews
see-
of Christians though? Like, are they cheap? I've never known that.
No.
I don't know.
Where do you get that from?
I don't know. They just see, because you know how, like, I don't know how to put it. I was gonna say like maybe because they're the outcasts, but that's implying that the Jews
No,
are
they're
the
like-
outcasts,
they're
and
like
they're not
generally-
outcasted anymore.
They look like boat people to me.
Yeah. I was gonna
Yeah.
say they're like country club.
And it costs,
girls. They spend
yeah,
money.
yeah, country club.
So they're
rich.
more rich. Yeah, famous Mormons.
They're very fucking rich.
What's her name?
That was like the most far off comparison you could have made for them. Are they like Jews?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like
They're like
Jews.
the
Well, Jews
furthest
are
thing
rich, but I
Different
guess
type
is
of
it like
rich.
a frugal thing?
Mm-hmm.
I would say Catholics.
Yeah, you think
You got
Catholics are
Italians.
frugal?
Yeah, you got Italians, and like they're cheap.
Yeah, but it
Are
depends.
they?
Maybe it's on that's ethnically based. So like, are Latino Catholics
I'll
very
start
cheap as
using
well?
that from now.
I mean, like Italians are like they got black hair, they got.
Oh, so you just mean just because they have black hair, that's what makes someone frugal?
Describe an Italian person. So
Yeah.
you know,
It's their
You know
physical
exactly.
features that make them frugal, huh?
I mean, like there's definitely like were some Italian people that like got jammed up during the Holocaust, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And he's like, "Hey, oh, I'm Italian," and they're like, "Okay, Shlomo, yeah, right."
Jesus Christ! Did y'all know that Paul Walker was a Mormon?
no.
Yeah, it came up on. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so I was scrolling through the Mormon Christmas stuff, and it said famous Mormons, and the top one on there was Paul Walker.
Rest in piss, Paul Walker.
Yeah.
We're glad.
Rip those.
Dude,
That's actually a different Paul Walker. It's not the movie star. It's the guy who invented over the pants child fondling.
Are you sure about that? Because all of these are listed
Yeah.
as the Fast and Furious movies.
Milk soaking with
That
See,
must be an error.
I already thought it was annoying when people were bawling over Paul Walker to begin with. I didn't care too much when he died. So now that he's Mormon, I care even less.
no feelings.
Yeah, no feeling. It's like
whatsoever
totally
about Paul.
devoid of stuff now.
Well, and then watching people care about it, it kind of created the jokes. I think
We've ruined Paul Walker for people.
last thing to go through Paul Walker's mind must have been a steering wheel.
Oh no! Last thing to go through Paul Walker's mind was that he's about to get to make his own heaven, because that's like one of those big tenets of like what is it, Mormonism? You get to create your own world or whatever it is. So I wonder what Paul Walker's world is.
I think that's like a amalgamation, like misconception maybe. But who gives a fuck? It's
Mhm.
funny.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I'm gonna have my own planet. Like, oh,
I do remember I had
People
like
would
a
fuck that up so hard if they had the responsibility of imagining something like that.
yeah. Well, I
It's
do
like
remember
suffocate
like
themselves
my
in booze.
I had like a Mormon friend in high school, and he was always obsessing because his mom like fell out of faith with the church or whatever, and he was always obsessing over the fact that like she wouldn't be like in the familial heaven. Like he was talking about like, yeah, like all I'm not gonna drop his real name, so I'll just call him Smith. It'd be like, yeah, all the Smith family is gonna be up there and she won't be. And it's
I'm
like
gonna be in
he's
black
gonna have like
heaven.
his own paradise with the Smith family or whatever.
did you guys ever have the thing where like, for me, it was like around the time when I started jerking off.
Mm-hmm.
Was like everyone always said like, oh, Grandpa's up there in heaven, like looking down at you now. It's like,
You ever thought he was watching
Oh.
you?
yeah,
That's
well,
kinda-
like everybody who's ever lived, just like, are they up in heaven, like watching me, like
Yeah.
Well, I
They
like,
have something.
put a finger
they
on
can
my
s-
ass to try it out?
They
I
can
would-
see everything that's happening all at once, and they choose to watch me. Like fat fucking chance. There's way more
Yeah.
interesting shit going on.
They're
and
all
me
probably
jerking
like
off on the
checking
toilet.
out Billie Eilish or something.
Yeah. Well, not only that, like think of
Yeah.
it this way. So you're like you're dead. You can watch any single event in the world happen. Why would you not just like randomly tune in? You're like, I guess I'll just tune in and watch how Xi Jinping governs his people. Like, let's see what's going on and over in China.
Try and influence, like in an interstellar kind of way, the next Hitler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like whispering in
through
his ear, and
books
that's where he hears
like
the
sand and
voices.
shit.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Chinese tennis player who was like, yeah, I got raped by a Communist Party member? Like, she like disappeared, and like now she came back out. She's like, it was all a misunderstanding. Like,
Yeah.
I never said I got raped.
I love it.
And like
She's got like
shown,
beads
like,
of sweat
one
rolling
picture
down her
of her.
face.
Yeah, I don't know if she's actually come out yet. Like, there's been like a weird video of her that they say was her, and it like looks, it's really like fuzzy.
Well, the hard part is they all look the same, so you don't know if it's her or not.
That's true. They could have just switched her out with
Imagine
a
how
body
many doubles
double.
they could find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know, like, they do that, though. They'll disappear people for a day and then, like, put them out on the street again to make it seem like nothing was wrong. I had a friend who he went over to China as, like, a vacation, and he said when he was in the Red Square, there was someone holding a sign that was like, I was there at Tiananmen Square or whatever, like, saying, like, Tiananmen Square happened. And like 5 trucks just like swarmed the dude. They tackled the guy to the ground, like, roped him in a van. And then they took his tour guide as well, and they like sent them all back to their hotels. And their tour guide like reappeared 2 hours later with like beads of sweat all over his face and being like, I don't want to talk about what just happened.
Yo, what just happened didn't happen.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah. The movie?
I
Or the
only
show?
watched.
Yeah, that's like
I
what
only watched
happened in
the Blue
fucking
People
like.
one.
There's like a whole thing about that where they go to like this city, and it's just like, I mean, all of it's just like China, but like it's just like China, and like they have a tour guide, and like she says something she's not supposed to say, and she like disappears, and the next day they have a new tour guide.
Mhm.
They're like, where'd she go? And they're like, I'm her. I never left. It's me. It's a completely different person.
They're just like trying to gaslight these people into believing it's the same person.
Yeah. But have you guys ever seen? I tried to find it today. Is that video of like Putin, and like somebody comes up to him or something in a crowd, and he just like I think he says a couple words to him or something, and then the guy says something, and Putin just like darts his eyes really quick to the left, and then looks back at the guy and walks away, and then like you can see in the camera like after he walks away, like 2 guys like walk up and just grab him and like take him away.
Oh, so like someone out
Like,
of like
yeah.
a crowd like said something to Putin and then got arrested for it.
Not even arrested, just like black bagged.
Oh, like full on disappeared type thing.
I don't know. They just like Putin never said anything, never made like any hand motions. He just like made his eyes go, and then like these 2 like goons came up and grabbed the guy.
I love Putin so much.
I would say shit to a lot of world leaders, but I don't know about Putin being him like ex-KGB and shit.
Yeah. No, he knows
I would
stuff.
be afraid
that
to go
other-
to China though. At this point,
Yeah,
I'd be afraid to go
you're
to any of
exactly-
those countries because with Twitter and stuff, there's no
Oh,
doubt
yeah,
that I've
you're fucked.
threatened their leader or said something bad about them.
Yeah.
And they may have like an archive where the minute I step into Chinese soil, they're like, "Come with me."
Well, they got
literally
cameras
say,
too.
They have that social credit score on their non-citizens as well.
Yeah.
Oh
Do
man, I
they
bet
really?
my social credit score is shit.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, my
that's
social
like that
credit
was
must
announced
be
like last
horrible.
year.
Holy fuck! Well, can you check it? Can you see what it is?
I don't think so.
Damn.
No,
Well,
that's
I don't
not
think
for
that's
you.
publicly
You've seen the,
available to them even.
Well,
I think you
Turbo-
just know when you're not good.
Well, Turbo, when you step onto soil too, you're like immediately on camera because it's like one of the most heavily surveilled countries as well. You got these videos of like them, having cameras in like literally every single corner of a building or whatever. Like you're just always being watched.
Now, is this all based on like accounts that have your name, or are they tracking by like devices and shit?
It has to be.
Considering how many times they hack like
Who
actual
fucking knows?
consumer stuff, not only do they hack like our like Boeing multiple times a year and steal, like that's why their new stealth plane or fighter looks exactly like our F-22 Raptor.
Mm-hmm.
But like they do that with like our commerce and shit too, and I'm
Yeah.
sure they have like at least important people, I would imagine.
Well, it's not hard to.
I'm
also,
sure they have
like-
a file on every fucking person. They're like, if this person ever becomes anything, we got fucking shit on them.
Yeah.
And it just goes into a file because God knows they have enough land for just like miles and miles of servers. They'll just like, we'll keep it just in case.
Yeah, they just have like a mountain dedicated to, it's like under the mountain, and it's just the biggest server compound could ever imagine. It's just hidden inside a mountain.
And if they run out of space, they just tear down some people's houses and put more servers on.
Yeah, that's literally what they do. They'll bulldoze another farm. They'll be
Hey,
like,
when
"Food?"
labor's free, you can really do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kim, were you gonna say about what were you gonna say about Putin being like KGB?
Oh, I was saying that he probably, I mean, yeah, someone mentioned KGB thing, he's like, everyone knows that he was famously in like Dresden when the Berlin Wall fell, he's burning all these KGB documents and files over in East Germany. I was like, that guy knows shit that people are like, that don't know today. You know what I mean? Like, he probably, I'm sure they've trained him to like commit certain stuff to memory too. So when he was burning documents, I'm sure there's stuff up in that head that just isn't even on file.
Dude, I was literally saying this today, but I would be willing to bet fucking money that the reason he's been in power so long is because like the KGB had fucking files on everyone. He was like high up, and he just like knows shit about like rich people over there. He's like, you can be my friend, or like I can tell everyone that you like fuck the like 10-year-old and under
Jeffrey
like,
Epstein,
Russian
but
ballet.
but knows how to kill people.
Well, he worked for Boris Yeltsin before he took power. Yeltsin being the previous quote unquote president, and like and I don't know if he worked for the FSB or anything like that. You know, the second form of the KGB or whatever.
I think he went right to government.
But yeah, I think it's like either way, people were shocked. They're like, why did Yeltsin choose this like nobody to rule his government? And like the government, and like people are still trying to figure that out. They're like, why was Putin selected? Some people think it was part of like a deal. Like I was talking with like this Soviet historian about it, and they were saying that some people think it's like a deal that the KGB or the FSB, they kept Yeltsin in power because like he quote unquote won his election by 54% when he had like a 3% acceptance rate. So he shouldn't have won. So some people think it was like this backroom deal of being like, all right, well, we'll keep you in power, but you got to put one of our guys in afterwards.
Wasn't he just like a governor or something?
Putin?
Yeltsin.
Oh, Yeltsin, he was the governor. He was like the
Moscow?
governor of Moscow, so he was like the capital governor. But he was like one of the big, like, he just rose up, at the end. I guess he kind of had this little bit of like cult of personality around him during the final years of the Soviet Union. That I guess he just was popular enough to just take the reins, and people just accepted it.
Dude, I don't know what it is about Asia, but they love having like one ruler forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Well, and like so Russia, like they're like so-called democratic or whatever, but they can't.
Yeah.
But like the entirety of Russian history has always been governed from above. Like their idea of modernity and shit came from like the Russian Tsar telling them like, all right, we're gonna be a modern nation, clapping their hands and be like, we're modernized now. Like they're just used to being told what to do from above. That like even if the Russian people did have power to do shit, I don't think they would know what to do with it. They just don't know. They've never known that before.
They're a lesser people.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. They're a lesser form of white. That's probably not good to say on the podcast. But that's what
you would call them white.
Oh, they're white. You can say that about white.
Oh, that's true.
people.
So yeah, they're a lesser white people.
I wouldn't say that they're quote white people, but yeah, they're white people.
Yeah, they're white.
I would say they're Asian.
He said it the way that you're allowed to make fun of them. He said YT. So basically, he's saying it.
Oh,
it's
okay,
fine.
okay.
You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just can't say good things about white people.
Yeah.
That's not okay. Never do that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
When are we gonna get the next Jim Jones kind of full?
That's it's done.
Like, you think we're just done with the mass suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah, needs to bring that back.
I mean, we can get another Jonestown. I mean, look at it this way. This shit like NFTs is already like blowing up. Someone just needs to create a cult around like NFTs and like people are donating their money to this like so-called church through that
What if you
shit.
could make it like a TikTok trend or something?
Yeah. Well,
Kids would do it
Jim
then.
Jones challenge.
the Jim
Yeah, the Jim
Jones
Jones
challenge, you got to drink the Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid challenge.
It's the
The
Kool-Aid.
Chinese
You
government,
just put a good amount of cyanide in this Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
the Chinese government is just going to like start like a fake TikTok trend. They're going to like, destroy all your weapons challenge.
Yeah.
Like destroy every gun you
Do-
own challenge. Go find your dad's gun and destroy it challenge.
Put
This
the
is
cool
go
little
walk-
tag on your gun.
This is go walk onto a U.S. American military base and see how much government property you can destroy before they arrest you challenge.
Yeah, the anarchy challenge.
Yeah, the anarchy.
No,
Yeah,
not even
easily.
destroy. This is go take your phone and put it on top of a computer that you find there and leave it there for 30 minutes challenge. And then we have what we need.
Yeah. Because you know they can just like absorb that shit. They've already got like
I have no idea.
they've got the
No,
NFC.
everything's Transformers. I've seen this movie before. Yeah, they can do that.
Yeah, it's also like you have like NFC readers and shit on your phone that you know like how they have like the wireless charging and whatnot. 100%.
Yeah.
If they're doing wireless charging now, there's like a scanner or something in there that can just like suck something out.
I just don't understand the wireless charging thing for the life of me.
It's like magnetic.
So like
Yeah.
Nikola Tesla like came up with like there's like this whole thing that like Nikola Tesla came up with like wireless electricity
Mm-hmm.
and then like Edison was like fuck you, like I'm gonna kill you.
Good.
Yeah, he said that. That's an exact quote. I'm
That's
going to-
exactly what
Well,
I would have
no,
said.
What he said was fuck you, you Slavic prick. I'm gonna kill you and then I'm gonna tell everyone you were autistic and gay.
Okay.
When in reality, Nikola Tesla was getting a fuck ton of pussy.
Yeah.
Have you guys
He's
heard that
needy.
story about him and the pigeon?
What?
You haven't heard this story
About
No.
what?
about Tesla and his pigeon?
No.
No. I don't know
Oh
much
my
about
God.
Tesla, except
Oh.
for the cars that are on the road.
Nikola Tesla was like in love, like romantically, with a pigeon.
Oh, that's funny.
Why are they always into some weird freaky shit, the important people?
There's always okay,
don't know.
but there's always like one guy. So you think of like the inventor partners, like Tesla and Edison. You know, you got one guy who seems to be a little bit stable, and then you got another guy who's like off the rails crazy. It was like that with Marxism as well. Marx was described as being like a lunatic
Oh
by
my
some
God,
people,
Fuck Marx.
and then his buddy Engels is like the womanizer. He's you know, he's like traveling around. People love Engels. They're like, yeah, that guy's great. He's a super nice guy. He knows what he's talking about. There's always like one guy who is just a schizophrenic maniac,
Yeah,
and then there's
Albert
like
Einstein fucked his cousin.
there's a
married his
schizophrenic
cousin.
maniac, and then there's like the chill like people man type stuff.
There's one guy who believes in it and one guy who uses it to get rich and get pussy.
Yeah, that's basically it exactly.
And the second guy is way cooler for doing that.
Yeah.
Some
Money and
dude-
pussy. is the only
1000%.
thing. The only thing that matters is getting money, and getting pussy.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
And eating good food probably too. if we
Yeah.
wanna add a third.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe if you can involve all three of them sometimes in the same,
Mhm.
bed situation.
Yeah.
Turn yourself into a little George Costanza just eating in there.
Oh yeah. It's funny to think that like what, less than 40 years ago or 30 years ago, George Costanza was considered comically fat, and the guy's like just a little bit chubby.
I think he's pretty. Yeah, I don't think people thought he was like obese or anything.
No, but it
No.
was still like this idea of like, you know, they make fun of him on the shows being like a short, stocky dude. They're like, oh, people don't
He's
like
a
your
short,
shape.
stubby, bald man.
Mm-hmm.
He's just dumpy.
Is that what you are?
He's an
Is that what you
offensive
just
freak.
said?
Oh no, I'm fat as shit. I'm not just dumpy. I'm fat as shit.
Really? I always pictured
Oh,
you
yeah.
the way you talk about yourself being like a massive, like
fat as
tall
shit.
dude. I always pictured you to look like ripped, you know, because you described yourself as being like a Viking at one point.
Gumby,
I
that Lunchable that you brought into that Orthodox Jewish eatery.
Mhm.
What kind of cheese was it? Was it Swiss or was it?
Oh, you know it was cheddar, brother.
Yes. Dude.
Yeah, they don't put anything good in the fucking Lunchable. They give you
No, I get the Swiss ones. They're good.
This was not around when I have no idea what you're fucking
Really?
talking about.
Yeah, they
There's
just
a
had
hammy
yellow.
Swiss one. I get it at
I
my
think
gas station.
no, I think this is like a fake thing that you like have like a repressed memory in your
No,
head.
I get it like once a week at my gas station. I'll take a picture of it tomorrow.
Wait, what the
No.
fuck?
You get
You're still
Lunchables?
buying Lunchables? You know how much cheaper it would be to just go and buy some ham and buy some
Yeah.
cheese and some
Yeah,
fries?
I
You're
like
like
them
wasting
sometimes.
money.
I like them sometimes.
The
It's a
reason
little
my
not
parents
even
hated
filling.
Lunchables is because they're so damn expensive.
It's not
They
filling.
add up.
It's not filling.
Yeah, it's not filling and
They're
they
like
add up.
$1.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
get
get
the one
Lunchables
that
as a
doesn't come
kid.
with like a drink or a dessert or anything.
Okay.
It's just like it's straight to business.
That's funny that Lunchables are still around too. I always thought that they went out
Yeah.
of business like a long
Well,
time
I think
ago.
I'm keeping them in business.
Yeah,
You guys remember
literally
Kid Cuisine?
you owned Lunchables stock chicken.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Kid Cuisine?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, with the little
I
I
was
was
grimy.
for your
never
mouth.
allowed to have that shit.
Oh,
Well,
you
it's
weren't?
horrible for you.
Yeah, but that made me so fucking angry. And it wasn't even because of the food. It was because of like the color of the box.
Huh?
The blue.
The
Like
blue-
I wanted so bad because of
Yeah.
the color of the box.
There wasn't there like little animated characters on it sometimes.
Yeah,
I think I
penguin,
remember
man.
little penguins and shit.
Yeah, wasn't the kids like? Didn't they have like the chicken nugget? I remember like a kids cuisine
Yeah.
chicken nuggets that were
There
like
was a
dinosaurs.
chicken nugget one,
But they were like
I think there was,
dinosaurs.
like,
Brownie.
meat.
There's a brownie.
Yeah.
There's mac and cheese.
The brownie would
little
always
vegetable
be
thing.
like scalding hot, and the mac and cheese would be frozen in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, I
And-
always thought that the brownie was pudding because you could eat it with a spoon.
Yeah,
you know what I
like
mean?
there was no consistency to it whatsoever.
I thought it was
just
pudding.
like gelatinous.
Man.
You know what I don't mind is like a Stouffer, and I like hate meatloaf, but I like a Stouffer's meatloaf.
Really?
Maybe,
Yeah.
I had
I
meatloaf
fucking
at a
hate meatloaf.
coon's age.
maybe we're getting to the
Yeah.
like to the core of why people are so fucked up today. It's because we were eating shit like kids cuisine. They're probably putting so much
I
chemicals
was
and
just talking
shit in
about this about work. Like my mom thought, like, oh, I'll get him a Happy Meal because meat has protein in it. Like
Yeah.
people were just. If you look at like kids' formula, like the regular Gerber shit, it has like the worst. It's like corn syrup.
Yeah.
It's disgusting shit.
So basically, we're
Uh,
poisoning our kids
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
From like birth,
from birth.
pretty much.
Yeah, they poison the milk in the titty as well. Doctor
That-
comes
that's
out
why
with a
I
big old
think-
shot.
If she drinks, oh, I'm allowed to have wine. Yeah, sure you are, sweetheart.
Brother, I drank titty milk till I was 12 and a half years old.
Oh, you're like Joffrey Aaron from Game of Thrones. You're sitting there with a titty in your mouth at the table.
Robin hair.
I think that that's how you make NFL players. I think that I'll make
Yeah.
sure my wife breastfeeds till they're at least in high school.
She's
Yeah.
got to tap out in order for
Yeah.
for him to quit.
Listen, once my wife starts breastfeeding, that milk is not stopping until she dies.
You're
We're
keeping her
keeping that
running
shit
around
going.
the clock.
We're keeping it going. Gonna put, like take like one of those like chip clips that you fold up like a
Mm-hmm.
like a chip bag with, put it on the
Yeah.
nipple. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
talking about you, baby. What's up? She came out here and gave me a dirty look because I talked about we've talked about this. We're gonna keep the milk going forever. Yes,
they
we
don't.
are.
They don't call them milkers for a reason.
There's.
They call them udders now. Damn, dude.
Keep them wrapped up.
Gumby
Put a
milk
fucking
milk in
cork
the
in.
hose.
I love that freaking.
Have you ever had titty milk?
Yeah, I've
I've
had
never
titty
had
milk.
it
It's
in my
called. I
entire
had it when I
life.
was a tiny
It's
baby. I
awesome.
don't remember it.
No, I mean
I
like
was gonna say I definitely did, but there's no way I could remember being young enough to
Mhm.
Yeah.
breastfeed.
I
But
feel
it sounds
there's a
like
lot
you've
of
done it
people
as a
that-
man.
It tastes. Yeah, I have. It tastes like sugary milk.
So is that like I've heard it tastes like the bottom of a cereal?
Exactly.
bowl.
Exactly.
Okay.
That, but like a little bit watery.
Why don't they sell it?
Yeah, they
Why
can
can't
make a
humans
lot of
just,
You
fucking
like-
money
can't
off.
sell
Them.
human milk, man.
Why not?
But,
we
okay,
sell
but if it
cow
was
milk.
ethically-
They did it. They did it in like the UK,
Yeah.
and they came out with like breast milk ice cream or some shit. But like, there's so much fucking like because like the FDA would have
Untapped
to like
market, literally.
The FDA would have to like go like examine women's titties and be like, oh,
Hey,
You would have to be taking drug
Hey,
tests like crazy.
they want jobs, man. They'll get jobs. Put them on a fucking
Hey,
factory
easiest
belt
fucking
right there.
job.
there would be no wage gap if
Literally.
women started selling their titty milk.
You put them on a factory
mean,
belt right there,
think
and you
about
just
it.
put little glasses under them. Someone coming up with their just pinching the nipple, getting that milk
Oh,
out.
You do a
brother.
pump. You do
Brother,
a
I've
pump
got some
twice a
videos
day.
for you.
Do what, Turbo?
What?
So you do a pump twice a day. You know, like how you got to milk
Yeah.
cows morning and night.
Yeah.
And other than that, you'd have the whole day to yourself. What an easy fucking job.
Yeah.
That should
So
be
it's
legal.
like The Handmaid's Tale, but we kind of keep them locked up in a makeshift barn.
And obviously,
no,
for their trouble, we're
no,
gonna.
they can live
No,
their
it's,
life.
it's the milkmaid's tale.
Yeah, the milkmaid's tale.
Yeah, that's the
That's
name
a good
of the
one.
episode.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously they're gonna get paid well because if they don't, they're
There's-
gonna make a
there's-
stink about it. So
Oh yeah. There's no way the milkmaid's tale is not a porn parody right now. Hold on, let me check.
Yeah, that has to be a thing
100%. And if it's not a reference to The Handmaid's Tale, it's about like just literally a milkmaid.
It's just
Yep.
literally a milkmaid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
a milkmaid's tale. It's on literotica.com.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You want to read some
so
for
it's
us?
a novella?
Actually, yeah, I would love to.
Yes.
Uh,
The milk.
no,
Hold on,
you
we
can
gotta
change font.
we gotta start at like the audible thing. So this is you're listening to The Milkmaid's Tale, read to you and narrated by Gumby. There you go.
No, you can change font size, font face, and turn on dark mode by clicking the A icon tab in the story info box. You can temporarily switch back to a classic Literotica experience during our ongoing public beta testing. Please, those are just instructions. Okay.
Mhm. Oh, I thought you were
Alrighty.
reading
Yeah,
the
that
credits.
sounds
I was like,
a
man, we're really
shitty
turned.
story.
I thought you were reading this like it
Let's-
was actually a production. I was like, we're really getting
Let's
it.
give credit. This is from Jack and Gildo on Literotica.com.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes it legal or what.
Written
but
and created by Jack and Gildo.
written by Gumby.
Written by
my
Gumby.
Name is, my name is Eileen. I'm 18 years old. Nice. And I live on a small family-owned dairy farm in central Arkansas. Gross. Several months back, I gave birth to a baby girl. Oh, how many months back? When you were 17?
Yeah, that's a little
Oh.
sketchy.
That
That was
I
a
had
little
carried-
sketchy.
Yeah, that I had carried from my favorite cousin who was unable to have children of her own.
Okay.
Ugh. Since then, my long, thin titties have swollen considerably. And
Mhm.
although I try and use a breast pump to ease the pressure, they are still extremely uncomfortable most of the time.
Oh wow.
Last
so she's bursting.
Mhm.
Last week, however, I discovered something new and wonderful to ease my discomfort.
Yes.
We keep one of the cows in a different section of the barn to milk, especially for the calves. It is part of my duties to milk her and then dispense that milk to bottles for the young calves. Well, last Wednesday I went out to milk Elsie as usual, and while I was watching the machine suck her giant teats, I suddenly felt the urge to place 2 of the 3 cups over the ends of my own milky titties.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! The suction was absolutely incredible. I could actually feel the milk being forcefully pumped from my swollen titties.
Uh-huh.
This was far better than my measly little breast pump, not only for speed, but the way it felt. It actually felt good. Really.
Riding at his titties is so
I wanted so much to take my clothes off and masturbate while my titties were being sucked, but I was afraid someone would walk in on me and catch me being so very naughty. My fears were well founded too, for just a moment later, I heard the sound of the barn door opening. I quickly pulled the cups off of my titties, which continued spraying on their own for a few more seconds, much to my horror. They finally stopped, though, and I managed to pull my bra and shirt down just in time. It was my Uncle Jack, and it would have been a
Jesus
very
Christ,
awkward
no.
would have been a very
No.
awkward situation indeed had he caught me milking my own titties instead of Elsie's. Hey there, Eileen, he greeted me cheerfully. Everything going okay? Yes, just fine, Uncle Jack, I managed to reply, hoping my nipples weren't leaking through my bra. Even if they were, I still had a legitimate excuse. Since I was lactating and all, it happens from time to time, so most people accept it. Good, he exclaimed. I was just looking for the bag balm. Have you seen it? Yes, it's in the storage. I don't know. Yes, it's in the storage area over near the medical supplies. It should be on the middle shelf. Oh, okay, great, thank you. Sure thing, I replied as I prepared to divvy the milk up for the cow's feeding bottles. Just then it hit me. Part of that milk was my very own titty milk. What a thrill! What a thrill it would be to add my own mother's milk to the general supply that we shipped out for public consumption.
No.
Imagine people drinking my breast milk and not even knowing it. It would only be a minuscule amount, but the thought of thousands of people drinking cow's milk that contained a few ounces of my own milk was a huge turn on for me.
I'm calling the
I was
FDA.
I was very aroused at all these naughty thoughts, and I had to find a way to come. Just then, Uncle Jack returned with the big square metal container of bag balm. Thanks, Eileen. It was right where you said it was. I don't know what we'd do without you keeping up with everything. Not a problem, I responded. I'm finished up here, so I'm going to go for a walk. I'll be back in time for lunch, though. You feeling okay? Oh, I'm fine. It's just such a nice day. I think a walk outside would do me good. Blah, blah, blah. Talk about how big the field is.
Oh.
Where I plan to remove all my clothes and walk around nude for a while.
Okay.
Weird.
We're getting
Before
back into it.
masturbating myself.
Is there no
Before
mosquitoes
masturbating-
where she lives?
I don't know. Before masturbating myself into a frenzy of milk and cum, I entered the woods and walked a little way before glancing around and listening for anyone else. I was completely alone. So I removed my shirt and bra and hung them over a nearby branch, while I removed the rest of my clothes, including my sneakers and socks. Once I was undressed and completely nude, I gathered my clothes up and began to wander through the quiet forest, savoring my nudity and growing hornier by the minute. I began squeezing my titties and pulling on my nipples. Soon, milk began spraying from my engorged nipples, falling to the ground and landing on some dead bleed. I pushed one of my milky titties to my mouth, and my grody lips sealed around my nipple. I began sucking earnestly, tasting my own sweet, creamy breast milk for the very first time. I don't know why I never tried it before, but it was so wonderful. It tasted so good, plus it
So
felt
you have
good too.
confirmation there
Yeah.
that it tastes wonderful.
Yeah.
Sucking my own tit like that. It wasn't nearly as good as the milk machine, though. I sucked my titty dry
Nice.
and latched onto the other nipple, repeating the process. Didn't she just surrogate for like a child? Shouldn't she be breastfeeding
Yeah,
this child?
I think she's starving the kid, and
Yeah.
the kid is somewhere wandering around unattended.
She's wandering around the wilderness, so she like set this child out into the field, and she's like, "All right, little Timmy, you go walk out that way, and don't turn around until you see
Don't
the
see what
sunrise."
Molly's doing. So do titties make like a little noise, like a ding ding when they're out, or is it just like
No,
like a desert
no.
sound or a whooshing wind sound?
All right,
Yeah,
let's-
I think
we'll
the
delve
thing
in.
is so the woman starts talking again. That's when you know that the titties are out, or
Wait,
she opens her mouth again.
no, she falls asleep and smokes a cigarette. That's when you know they're empty.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. She's fucking herself in the barn. Standing there also naked and stroking his cock was Uncle Jack.
Oh,
I'm
great.
gasped.
No, dude.
No.
This whole
When it
thing.
was gone, I was sitting there completely nude in front of my uncle, and he had seen the whole
No. My God.
God.
Don't be embarrassed, he said quietly. It's a natural thing to experiment with new things. Make you feel good. Trust me, I
the
know how
voices.
good that.
This whole thing was written by Uncle Jack. The
Yeah.
whole thing.
The whole thing.
This is Uncle
Jack
Jack's,
is going through it.
This
right
is
now.
like an
how-
Uncle Jack story.
Here, listen to this. Trust me, I know how good that machine can make you feel.
What the
Really? I
fuck?
stammered.
So wait, he stuck
How
it on
does
his
it work?
cock?
How does it work on you? Uncle Jack smiled and looked at my unclothed body for a few seconds. He was openly jerking off in front of me now. And I wondered if he was going to shoot off in front of me as he ogled my young nude body.
Dude.
And then he said, "It fits over my cock nicely. Turn it back on and I'll show you." And then he puts it on his dick.
Medicine.
Puts it on his dick. He says, "It feels just like a blowjob, only 10 times better." Hey, baby, what's up? Hold on, I'm almost done.
He just got caught reading that.
Get up on your table on your hands and knees and face me, please. I want to see your soft, saggy, deflated tits hanging down while I come. Is that okay? Side, this feels so good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh yeah. I'm going to come, Eileen. Oh shit. It feels so fucking good. Oh, Eileen. He stared at my empty, clanging titties and groaned loudly as he ejaculated into the cup. Oh, I don't think he was fucking her. I think he was putting his dick in the machine.
Yeah, that's what he said he was gonna do. He was just.
It's not incest yet. I don't. I think it
was filed under incest.
Oh. Well, then I guess it is incest.
Okay. That must imply that maybe at some point they just.
Well, he was jerking off. So
yeah.
Never mind.
So the moral that we're getting to is that that uncles really like writing fan fictions about their nieces.
Yeah,
because this is definitely written by the
this
uncle.
guy is not helping at all.
Yeah.
Okay,
by the way, Gumby, has Audible ever offered you a job by chance? Have you ever thought about applying to Amazon's Audible?
They have told me multiple times to stop applying.
Congratulations,
you'd be excellent there.
You cannot read sex stories. You're auditioning to read a children's book. You cannot bring your own erotic fiction.
Yeah. And
so, we have fundamental differences.
We do not have an erotica for kids section. Gumby, please quit applying for that.
This author has they have 107 stories, and one of them is called You POS, I Have a Daughter.
Okay. I wonder what that's
We've got
about.
a real deviant on our hands. I think this guy is stage 5.
Gumby, I have
deviant.
a real question to ask you. Did you actually write these and you're just saying that someone else did?
Did you ghostwrite this guy?
No.
Okay.
I'm not just trying to shill my erotic fiction.
I just wanted to be sure.
Oh, have you been spending this whole time plugging your shit, Gumby?
He's been plugging
No free plugs.
No free plugs. We want blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's boring. I think it's about. Oh, okay.
These are excellent. I feel like this is like, what is it? Like the Christmas Eve, and Gumby's like our dad reading us a nighttime story before Christmas.
This is just like the Scrooge story.
Yeah. This is Christmas Eve stories right now.
I just scrolled down to the middle of this story, and I was like, oh, I wonder if like he'll be like weird about like. I wonder if he'll take the same approach with the daughter, as opposed to the niece.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like scroll down and I just see, "Hi, Daddy. What time is it?" 3. This is the dad, replied, "Get a shower and get dressed. Show me where the towels are if you would, so I can take one too."
Mm-hmm.
Sure, Daddy. She pulled the covers back.
Wait, how old was this girl, real quick?
20.
Okay, good. Just checking.
And to my surprise,
I didn't want to make sure we were delving into something bad on the podcast.
No weird shit.
We're not having weird stuff
here.
either.
Yeah, no weird shit, but continue on with the incest porn stuff.
Yeah. She pulled the covers back, and to my surprise, was completely nude. I hadn't even thought to think that she must sleep this way, but also kind of expected she would have told me she wasn't wearing anything.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you're not used to seeing naked girls, she giggled. It's okay. I tend to go around the house in my underwear and I sleep nude. I hope that's okay. We'll discuss it after I get home, I responded. In the meantime, we need to get ready to hit the road. I'd like to get as early a start as I can. Sure, she replied. Come on. Oh, wow. With that, she turned the shower on and stepped in. I remained standing there in my underwear, still gawking at her nude body, and she reached out. Come on, Daddy. You're wasting time. Let's get going. I stepped in the shower with her. I had gotten a bit turned on. She seemed quite used to showering with someone else. I had gotten a bit turned on by the sight of her bare body and hoped to have a quick jerk and come in the shower while she was getting dressed, but that wasn't going to happen now. Mm-hmm. How far is it to your house, she inquired. About 500 miles. It'll take us about 10 hours to get there. That's why I wanted to get out early.
Jesus Christ, he's slow as fuck.
This is the worst. This is the worst, like, scene building I've ever.
Yeah.
How far is your house? 500 miles.
Give or take? No, exactly 500 miles from our
500 miles.
location right now.
Yeah.
Also, if he's 10 hours away, that means he's only going 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That is slow as fuck.
I glanced at my watch. It was 3:40. Let's see.
This guy is the worst storyteller in the history of the world.
Like they just put nothing.
Go on.
At some place I go, oh, I'm not reading any more of this guy shit. This is
Yeah.
getting weird.
No.
Yeah.
So we've
that's
made our
fair.
point now, reading enough incest. I want to thank you though for helping us kill about 15 minutes of the podcast.
Oh, no problem.
That's exactly what we needed to happen.
By the way, here's part of it. I turned the truck off and relaxed as my daughter expertly sucked my cock. It was clear. It was clear she had gotten this talent from her whore of a mother. And I
Nice,
enjoyed
nice.
the sensation of
How do you? I don't even know.
Yeah, because dick sucking is biologically true.
Yeah, it's a genetic thing.
Yeah.
This is an estranged daughter.
New
and
DNA.
then here's this part. Daddy's going to come, princess. Do you
Jesus
swallow?
Oh,
I love how
God.
he used excellent as like a term for a blowjob because
Yeah.
I would imagine that is like a term that no one ever uses.
It's like-
Never have I ever.
It's
Oh,
what
this
like a
is
50.
excellent.
It's like what a 50-year-old.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, like a 50-year-old college professor would use, or
Oh my
something like that.
God.
Like someone
Oh,
who's
this
like
is
just
excellent.
not. That's very excellent.
This is
Oh
marvelous
my God,
fellatio.
this is the worst thing I've ever read. After like he busts, she goes, "Oh, Daddy, that was so rich and creamy. It was like a mouthful of warm custard right out of the pot. Oh, I wish there was more. You liked it? It tasted good? Oh, yes, it was wondrous. Thank you."
Wondrous.
Wondrous. Mm.
God
Excellent.
damn. Oh, and then like I go down 2 paragraphs. It's the police, Katie exclaimed.
That's a quick turn. It's the police.
Perfect.
Damn. So he's getting
Oh,
caught for.
Jesus Christ.
He's getting
He's
caught
getting
for
like pulled
incest.
over. He's getting pulled over. And he has his hands on his dash, and he's like, "Please be advised, there is a loaded 9mm mounted on the side of the console." So he's like a concealed carry guy.
This feels like, see, this is supposed to be a fan fiction, but now I think we're just like delving into the author's like personal
This is
experience.
literally just a guy.
Yeah, like this is
Yeah,
like his
this is-
personal experience getting pulled over now.
Oh, here it is, like 4
This
paragraphs
is just a
down.
bio.
So me and Katie decided to go to the Capitol. Of course, it was January 5th,
January.
which is we just we had to stop the steal. Me and my daughter that I fuck.
I like how he has to throw that in. Me and my daughter that I quote unquote fuck.
Me and my daughter who sucks me,
And it's excellent.
and she thinks my cum is wondrous.
Yeah, he just adds all those on there. And see that list, it just gets longer every time he refers to her, and the more.
And
events that happen.
how many stories has this guy written again?
107.
Well, clearly
My
he's gotten
God.
better because the first
Did you-
one you read
Yeah.
was actually like cohesive.
good.
It seemed.
He's been getting some criticism.
Yeah,
What's his name? We should give him a shout out.
yeah.
Yeah,
We gotta
this
give
author.
this guy a shout out.
I think he started with one, but it's good. We got so much entertainment. It's good to mention.
So
Jack and Gildo.
Jack and Gildo, yes, I remember that. So
Oh, that's good. That's
They
just a
have
good
not
name.
published anything since. Oh
apparently recently, because he was talking about January 6th.
no! I
he was,
made that.
Gumby
part up.
was making that up.
Oh, okay. I was
Oh,
about to
my
say, I was like, wow, this is some excellent world building.
Yeah, it looks like their last story was in 2021. Oh, November 2021.
Wow, they're still
They are
publishing.
active.
Yeah,
They're probably drafting up something right
Yeah.
now.
They're
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
working on their
that's-
Christmas special right now. But so we want to give a special thanks to Jack and Gildo for offering the audience these Christmas time stories before bed. The Christmas Eve
Yeah, I hope I don't
stories to
get-
listen to before
I
bed.
hope I don't get sued for this.
If he's making money off it, well, see, that's the thing though, is that you're not making money off it. We're not
making any money off.
Yeah,
of
we're not
anything.
monetizing this, so there's nothing to sue you on. Like, you're not making anything off of
Okay.
this.
Here's the name of one of his story: "Too Pregnant to Wear Clothes," Part 1. And then there is no Part 2. This was written over a year ago.
It turns out Jack and Jill Doe killed themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the worst series name I've ever heard. "The Secret of Her Success." SEXCESS.
No.
Success. That's bad. Is that like his first one he's ever written?
No.
Okay.
That's pretty far along.
Jeez.
The Bear Witch Project.
Now this guy's just lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now he's
Spring Break with Lisa's daddy.
Uh-huh.
This one's pretty unimaginative. It really gets to the point. "Sex with My Pregnant Niece."
Oh wow, that is
What?
pretty straightforward.
Here's one: "Poke Brook Mountain."
Boo.
Wait,
Here's
why
one.
would you?
"Oh my God, Melissa, you're nude."
Okay.
Yeah.
This series is called Nudie Trudy.
Uh-huh.
Nudie.
Lust and Found.
Lust and Found. Okay.
Okay,
I actually don't mind that one.
Yeah, that one's actually.
Lauren's Lesson. There are 24 chapters in Lauren's Lesson.
Uh huh.
Oh my God.
I wonder what her lesson is. I wonder what she learned.
I bet it took her a long time to learn. her
Imagine
fucking
writing something like that and like one person views it.
Well, not only that, like, who are you going to tell? You're gonna tell like your family at Thanksgiving dinner and be like, "So yeah, I just actually finished my latest publication. You should read it."
It has 34,000 views.
Okay.
so
So
he does
thinking
have
you're very
A
wrong.
cult following.
He's a minor cult celebrity.
I apologize, Jack and Jill. Though.
Okay, here, let me read some of these. "Holy Hanging Hooters, Handyman."
Oh,
Okay.
Does
nice.
that feel good, Daddy? Part 1.
alliterations are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like fucking Batman shit.
Mm-hmm.
"Cum is thicker than water."
Okay.
That's the best one.
I like
Yeah.
that one.
That is a good one.
"Born to be Wild" and its sequel. Can you guess what it is? "Born to be Wilder."
Mm-hmm.
A Milkmaid's Tale, "A Cozy Weekend with My Niece," "Dripping to Pay the Bills," Part 1 and 2.
He's got a thing for nieces for sure.
Yeah, he does. And then "Too Pregnant to Wear Clothes," Part 1. That one's got me pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, here's
That's how
one.
I feel after a big meal.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one. This series is called Precious Memories instead of Precious Memories.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then "Silvery Hair and Golden Ops." I don't know what the fuck that means.
We don't need to.
Here's one. "Rip her fucking clothes off."
Is it in all caps?
Let's see.
6 exclamation points.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one is in the category of non-consent.
Oh,
Category of
fuck
that
me. So he writes some very risque stuff now. Look.
Just doing rape literature.
Fuck me. Damn, dude.
He's like, I do some seedy stuff
Hey,
too.
he's just broadening his horizons. He's just trying to see what's out there. What is a hit?
He's building a portfolio.
Yeah, he's building a portfolio.
Yo, I guess where is the end of that? Like, you become published?
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, like, I wonder if that's how
You
like
could
the
probably
guy.
write for Hustler.
I wonder if that's how the guy
No.
who wrote 50 Shades of Grey got published. He was just
The
doing this
woman?
for like 20 years until
That
finally.
was a woman.
Oh, it was a woman. Okay,
Was it a
never
woman?
mind. Well, I mean, there's plenty of women who write this shit as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
A
most
lot
of
more
them are
than we
horned.
like to think.
Well, there's plenty of women that buy it too. Most of them are all horned up. Have you seen those sections with like the dude with his shirt like all ripped and he's got like a sword and there's a girl behind him and
Yeah.
there's like some gladiator.
Well, like 50 Shades was like marketed towards like middle-aged moms as well. It was like
Yeah.
that was the majority of the audience.
No, that's
One
they're
time
being
my
weird.
Jewish cousin came over, and she was like in her 50s
Mm-hmm.
at the time, and like saw my mom, and the first thing she said to my mother when she walked in the door, she was like, "Oh my God, have you read 50 Shades of Grey yet?" And like that was the first fucking words that came out of her
So-
goddamn mouth. I was like,
Fucking
Oh.
gross.
"Huh?" I was like, God damn.
I mean, as fucking corny as The Office is, they did have a pretty good bit about 50 Shades where it's like the fat bitch, she's like middle aged. She's like in the office reading it, and she's just straight up beating off in the office while reading the book.
She's moaning. No, she has the audio tape in her ears.
Yeah.
The audio book.
Yeah.
All just horned up women thinking this is like as wild as it gets.
So like, this is what I was missing. That's their exact words. Like,
yeah, I just needed to be beaten up a little bit.
They were like, when I was in college and some guy was on top of me drunk, he could barely keep his penis up. This is what I was missing all along. That's what those are her thoughts. It's like I missed
that. The openness.
There is no way that there is not another book that has come out that's 50 Shades of Grey, but with two guys called 50 Shades of Gay.
That's what I was thinking about earlier too. There has to be some. That 100% is a thing. The joke is.
I'm surprised the dude hasn't written it.
That joke has had to have been made like 50 million times now, though. Because once I said 50 Shades of Grey, that was like the first thing that popped into my head too.
Bitch, don't fucking bite me.
You getting bit?
You just fucking bit me.
All right, so I guess a good last topic before we close it out here. I just wanted to talk about, since it's blowing up, or it seems to be blowing up again. So I got into it today, whereas some people were getting it 3 days ago. This guy on Twitter, I think his name was Aiden. He was taking pictures of people in the airport, like who didn't have masks, and he'd be like, yeah, this person. They'd be like, white male, black hair, blue eyes, sitting on in seat 23E or something like that, not wearing a mask. And it would just be him like taking a picture of them and then posting it onto his Twitter. And people were getting on to him like, what kind of fucking psychotic behavior is that you take a picture of someone and blast their ass on Twitter for not wearing a mask?
What's his at?
Here, I'll find it. He did have something on there earlier today that I quote tweeted. He said something like, when all the kids on the plane are wearing their masks and being responsible, and he said, age is truly not a number. And I quote tweeted, I was like, yeah, Aiden, I'm sure you do think age is not a number.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's never a good look. Never, ever, ever say those words.
Yeah, it's never a good look. So his at is at anal man, but it's spelled A-N-U-L.
Oh,
man.
Is
you
that
can
guy?
say that. You can say that to older women, and it works really well.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
In the other way, if you're talking to like a MILF, you say,
so like one of the posts,
It's just a number, babe.
yeah,
yeah, she'll love that.
I'm just one solid jive turkey some gun.
Yeah. Yeah. So like one of the
Spotted
posts
in the United Terminal, the SFO.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at. It's just this sweet woman having like a phone call. You can tell she's like talking to maybe like her husband or something like that, and it's just like, got your fucking ass, putting your ass on blast right now. You're not wearing a mask. And then look at the comment. He goes, update. I asked the gate agent, who is responsible for enforcing the federal mask mandate? Because I feel unsafe taking a 6-hour flight with these people and returning home to my partner who is supposed to travel to see her mother who works in a nursing home.
It would be so fucking cool if those people were just taken out and shot in the back of the head. Like
for real. Well, the guy looks like a pedophile.
Here's what you do: is somebody that flies a decent amount, get a coffee, and if somebody tries to give you trouble, be like, "I'm drinking my coffee." Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Like, I can't drink this with a mask on.
Let a motherfucker who is not like employed by the airlines tell me to put a fucking mask on at the airport. I swear to God, I won't be making my fucking flight because he's just
complaining. So like, you have to imagine what these people are seeing, right? So there's this guy probably sitting here on his phone, and they see this guy get up, and he's like talking to different people. He's like, "Who's responsible for the mask?" Because here's a later post that's like, I just spoke with Officer Reed, SP badge 13140, who told me that these people are not in violation of the mask mandate because they are not on a plane yet, and there is an ample space of distance from them. Any fines or removals of flight privileges only apply after they board, and he puts like a rolling his eyes emoji. So I like to think that there's like these people in these terminal watching like this guy who looks like an out of work 80s porn star rolling, like just like running all over the terminal, being like, "Are you gonna do something about this?"
I mean, the girl is looking at him in the picture, like she knows she's being
already rolling.
He must have
her
talked
eyes.
to her before. He might have been like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Well, he had one post that was pretty funny where he goes, "I asked the gentleman behind me to please cover his nose politely. It was summarily laughed at." He goes,
love that.
And he goes, "At United Flight 146, seat 21E. No action at all from the staff members. I've asked for support. After 2 years, we are tired of this, but this is why we can't have nice things." And it's this picture of him with these fucking weird-ass glasses he has. It's like some postmodern rendition of like
so
an
bad
80s
for
brow line.
Poor airline workers,
No,
man.
literally, like somebody, I think it was Meat Scraps, was like, "Why do all of these people have like the softest prey eye?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they literally do. Like they look like prey.
Let me show you. So if you're not,
People that you could bonk out by just like making them flinch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he looks like an off-brand Ian Fidance, and I actually tagged Ian on Twitter and said, "This guy's stealing your look," and he responded. He was like, "Who's this fucking faker or whatever?" So Ian's on to him now too.
Oh yeah, I would love to see Ian Finance fuck this guy in the ass.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so funny. The guy looks so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's a punchable.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
Trust me, I've seen punchable faces. That's a punchable face.
Yeah.
That's a kickable face.
Yeah.
It's a roundhouse kick.
I mean, like,
Honestly, that's a shootable face.
yeah. Well, he's talking
Back
about
then.
like he's talking about like zipping around the terminal and asking these questions. How did someone at least not like threaten him once? Because none of his posts are like, "I was threatened." So at least one person have had to tell him like, "If you don't sit the fuck down right now, I am going to punch you in the face."
Well, where was he
Well,
at?
honestly,
Where was he at?
probably only got laughed
He was
at.
in San Francisco.
Oh,
So-
see, he was in San Francisco. Nobody's stepping to him there. But if he did this like in Chicago or something,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah,
He
just
did
like
this
a
in New
normal
York.
ass place.
at
Yeah.
LaGuardia Airport, if you went up to one of these New Yorkers and was like, "Put on a mask, sir,"
He
like, "Get the fuck out of my face, dude!" I'll like.
Let
They
that
would stand
motherfucker
up.
do that like at a national airport, like a domestic national airport in Texas.
He got like a picture of like
Yeah.
a dad talking with his kids, and he's like titling the pictures now. So he titled this one "A Family Affair," and then he put in brackets, "Please don't shame the kids."
It's so funny. The people in Texas have like not had to deal with any mask mandates really, except for like the airports and stuff. So it's like the people that are anti-mask like crazy, they're already at their wits' end by just having to wear the mask like inside the airplane.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody like came up to them in the airport and tried to get them to put the mask on, they would, yeah, like you said, they would freak out because they're already looking for a motherfucker to say something to them.
Well, and it's like,
hate the situation so
if this
much.
guy was anywhere other than San Francisco, he 100% would have had his lights punched, like knocked out. Just
Yeah.
100% without a question. Because this guy has been going around, like his tweet storm is like 3 hours long or something like that. And so you have to put this in the physical context of like, he's talking to like 4 different officials and stuff like that. So he's zipping all over the terminal, asking questions and like taking pictures of people and shit.
This motherfucker is a didn't we have homework? Motherfucker. Didn't you assign us homework? Don't we get credit?
Yeah. God damn it.
What's that? A
Fucking
layover?
loser.
Yeah.
He had a 3-hour
Stay
layover
tuned.
and thought he'd go viral.
Yeah. Well, it's,
Yeah, in one of these, he's like taking a picture of like a mother and her daughter, and you
Yeah.
can see like the daughter like looking at him. Like,
Mhm.
what the fuck?
Yeah, that's yeah.
So
and-
they're very
you know,
aware
some
of like
people always
he's
do
doing
it to
this.
moms and
How
people
much
do
of
it to
this?
moms and kids.
How much of this was just like he got caught trying to like take like a picture up a girl's skirt? He was like,
Oh
"No, I'm
Honestly-
taking pictures of people who aren't wearing masks."
Honestly, I'm not a woman, but upskirt pictures are much more acceptable socially, or they at least should be, than this.
It's funny because his
This
pinned
is-
tweet now is I just posted a bunch of white folks breaking laws behind TSA checkpoint, and it's like you look at his picture, it's like, all right, this white guy going around about that because like all of his tweets are like I've been descended on by alt-right people, and then if you look at the quote tweets, it's just people being like, "Dude, you're an annoying piece of shit." Not not a single one of them is like alt-right. All of them are just like, "Dude, if I saw you, I would fucking knock your lights out."
Look at this guy with the big fellow with the Coors shirt.
Yeah, I wonder if he stepped up to him. I wonder if he went and yelled at him.
I was gonna point out, look how far away the picture. Yeah.
Zoomed in.
Yeah, you had to zoom in for that one. We got 2 pictures of him because there's a later one.
So
he calls him the
For your
man.
reference.
He calls him the man super spreader. Gate F5 ORD.
Oh yes, these people are mentally fucking ill, dude. It is so funny to see and they think that they're like justified in all this gay ass shit. It is so funny.
It's just the majority of the people just
by
aren't
the way,
having
Tim,
it.
you know like what I look like? That guy in the Coors shirt. That's what I look like.
Oh, that's how you look like? All right, hell yeah, dude. Respect. Hey, I wouldn't fuck with the Coors guy.
No.
Dude, that guy is minding his own business.
Cool.
He's just having a rough day. You could tell he's just trying to get home. And
yeah, that's what everyone's doing.
Everyone's
already in a bad mood.
Yeah.
It's the fucking airport. Nobody's happy to be there.
The only people who are happy to be there, it would be in like the summer when people are going on their vacations. That's the only time.
They're already like considerate jail anyway. If they have to swing on you, it might as well be the same thing.
Yeah.
I have wanted to tweet this forever, but I haven't ever figured out how to word it. But like, people always like bitch about like the TSA, but like, I was in jail for a really long time, and like, it conditioned me so well to just be like, oh yeah, I have no rights, and I go in line and I do whatever they tell me to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I do not get. They could spit in my face like while I'm going to get on an airplane. I'd be like, okay, well that's just like what guards do.
Yeah. I love some of his comments in there. So the people who are supporting him, one of them is just like, I hope you survive. It's like he's like in some sort of fucking war zone or something like that. Jesus Christ, God forbid you have to sit in the same room.
He's going out without his Kevlar.
Yeah, 20 feet from someone who doesn't have a mask over their nose.
How much do you want to bet that in about 3 weeks he's like, I just want to announce that I've like started seeing a therapist to like deal with my PTSD from being in like these like airports where people aren't masking, and also from the hateful comments I've gotten on Twitter.
Yeah.
Somebody put money on that against me right now.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
That will happen. I'll keep tabs on him. He's got about He's got almost 3,000 followers. So granted, he isn't necessarily a nobody. Although he does have his location put on his profile, and he's from Montreal, and I think that explains a lot. The fact that he's a fucking Canadian explains much more why he's so fucking schizophrenic with these picture taking.
Dude, the other like ex-colonies, like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, they're like super obsessed with this shit.
They're conditioned.
They're more like orderly. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
they're more susceptible to authoritarianism, I think.
Yeah, that's because they didn't have a revolution.
Yeah,
they did
exactly.
it
No, that's honestly it.
That's
like,
absolutely.
They waited until like Britain was like, do you think maybe we could? Do you think maybe we could please, be free? Please, maybe if it's not too much trouble, maybe we could be free. And we're just like, no, just kill them all.
Oh, so this guy's like also
let him bomb London a little bit longer.
This guy's definitely like one of those coding dudes. He sits in he sits in a dark room all day coding because he's retweeting a bunch of coding shit. Like some girl that's like, girls who code literally took me out of poverty. Ask my Filipino mother. For every one girl you teach how to code, she brings 3 more girls in. We're doing that with crypto, and we're leaving no girls behind. And that's kind of shit that he's already retweeting.
Get rid of these people.
All right, hold on.
We gotta get rid of these people.
Hey, baby. Did you know that they're not leaving any girls behind in crypto?
Yeah. Well, it's funny the idea that they're putting women in charge of coding cryptocurrency. If they're putting women in charge of the cryptocurrency shit,
aren't you gonna get in on it? Oh,
she's not. Yeah, she's not gonna get in on it.
No, she does. She has no interest.
Yeah.
So
See, everyone knows how
Filipino.
bad cryptocurrency does, and the fact that women are the ones who code it, it kind of explains why it's constantly crashing. I think that really we just found the root.
Just like a car.
We just found the root error with cryptocurrency.
I have a buddy who like has like 75% of his paycheck like deposited directly into like a crypto wallet.
Damn,
That's incredible.
It's
And
not like a bad extra play if you already have a pretty good portfolio set up. You know, it's just a little something else to speculate on, but these people are too obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Like what
It's
the
his
fuck is it?
fucking religion.
It's not
I
really
got a
anything
Bitcoin
else.
for you right here.
Well, I think the NFT shit is also really stupid. I saw a post earlier today that was like, guys, you have to understand that we have a way to display status in the real world, but now for the first time ever, we have a way to display status in the digital world. I'm like, so I'm going to buy money,
Gives a fuck.
spend money on a digital picture to show people that I'm wealthy. That's fucking retarded.
Who cares?
NFT
Who cares
people,
what
the
anybody
Bitcoin
thinks about
people,
you?
and the COVID people, and put them on a train to fucking Nova Scotia or something.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll
get
send them out to
outta here.
Siberia.
Seriously.
Let Putin deal with it.
Yeah, Putin will
I
take.
bet they're not
Actually,
doing this kind
Putin
of
will
shit
take
over
very
in
good care of them. You'll set them straight real quick.
I bet they're not dealing with this kind of shit in fucking Russia.
Oh no,
They're not.
they have not been
No,
dealing
You,
with
There
you
it
we
at
take
all.
you take a picture of somebody in the airport in Russia, and you just get fucking disappeared.
Yeah,
You know how you cure COVID? A few shots of Stoli.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do is we need to start strapping people to chairs and doing that, and just start liquoring them up. You know, take a big old syringe and just start jabbing it into them. Be like, all right, we're
Yeah,
gonna.
I just fill this syringe full of air and inject every
Yeah.
single one.
do
Did you
that
did you
with
guys get the
alcohol.
vaccine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it too.
I have not gotten it.
I
Oh,
got it.
Chicken, you don't have the vaccine?
I do not have the vaccine.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what we need. That's the dynamic we need is one person who's unvaxxed and the others are.
I'm the wild card.
Yeah, chicken's our wild card.
Well, Chicken, are you angling to like sell your sperm?
Yeah, I'm kind of banking on that. I've kind of gotten rid of the Bitcoin idea, and I'm storing gallons of this shit.
Hell fucking yeah. Dude, what, you got it in like a freezer?
No, just
Socks, dried socks.
Yeah.
yeah.
Heat them up in the
Well, most of
microwave.
it's dried. I think if you just put a little bit of water or honey in there,
Yeah, you gotta
and
brew them
warm
like
it, you gotta microwave it a little bit. Or yeah, you gotta bring it
it's
to
like
heat.
it's like having dehydrated like food goods,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta put a little water on it, and then
like powdered milk.
put it in a over warm water and let it steam for a little while.
Mhm.
I'll tell you one thing though, it smells horrible.
Oh my god!
I bet.
I had a fucking buddy in high school, and like I was at his house one day, and he had like just gotten a girlfriend, and I was like, buddy, if you listen to this, I love you, but you know I gotta tell him. He like he was like, I was like in his closet for whatever reason, and he was like, "Yo, open that shoebox," and I was like, "What?" He was like, "Open that shoebox," and I was like, "Okay," and I opened it up. And it was almost completely full of like untied used condoms.
Jesus Christ.
And the smell that hit me was like so physical and like solid.
That is sick.
Like my knees buckled. It had like substance and dimension. There was like a dimension to the fucking thing.
Jesus Christ.
It was one of the worst smells I've ever smelled. Another one was like when I was eating this guy's ass and he farted in my nose, but whatever.
Mhm.
That too. Yeah, those
Yeah.
two. 1A, 1B.
Not gay. Not gay.
Not gay.
Super straight.
I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
All right, well, I hate to cut it
Well-
short. I got to head out here, so I'm going to end it now. We're about at we're a little over hour 13, made good time. So, Gumby, thanks for coming
Pretty
on,
good.
man. We're 100% going to have you on again.
Yeah, I got me.
I'd love to do a
Oh,
like a
yeah.
2-hour special with you because we could just keep it
The
going.
Gumby
Find
special?
some more material for you to read and be all the characters.
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Oh, yeah. I can do that.
I'm gonna have to put like a little
Alright, I got it.
disclaimer down in here as well, and the descriptions could be like, in the event that we future monetize this podcast, we do not own the rights to any of this stuff. Because it's like I don't want us to like get like a year down the road and me being like, well, I guess maybe we could get some money off this, and then like get our
No, we
asses
could
fucking
just-
sued.
We could just not
Monetize.
Just
this
save
episode.
the
not
original-
monetize
Save the
episodes.
original file.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, true. That's literally what.
Save
we
the
just gotta
original
do.
file, and if you like monetize it at some
That's
point,
retarded.
just
Why are
like
we talking-
upload it.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this? It's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
that's a good
No,
point.
it's not gonna happen.
That's
Doesn't
a
matter.
good point.
Doesn't matter. Anyways, thanks for
Okay,
tuning
so
in.
this
This
yeah,
is
go ahead.
at the Suck Tick Dater. Yeah, so we just go around and we say our fucking names as well, Gumby. So
Yeah,
people can
at,
find you.
at not BDSM chicken on Twitter.
Oh shit! Hold on. Get my phone.
Yeah, we got to figure out where people can find you. This is part of you get to plug your own
Yo,
shit
is my
as
phone
well.
over there?
You can plug the
Do you need
what
me
is
to
it,
look
the
it up for
Milkmaid,
you?
know?
Yeah, if you could look it up.
I
for
got
me,
Twitter
don't
pulled
know.
up right here. Let me get it up.
Oh, here
Your
it is. Hold on, it was in the fridge.
Your phone was in the fridge.
What?
Yeah, I was like reaching in to get an apple, and it was in the fridge.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, it was an apple.
My at is Gumby_lover
All right.
on Twitter.com.
Yeah. And Turbo.
Oh, I'm Benzo Bobby. That's,
yeah.
at Benzo Squad fam.
Yeah.
Follow me
Keep
at
this
Benzo
fucking
Bobby.
name out of your mouth.
Yeah. We need to try and get Benzo Bobby on here at some point.
Dude, he would pass out midway through,
Yeah,
all
he
like
would.
nodding out.